All right, gentlemen, another Wednesday edition of the picks. Let's take a look at the standings. We talked about the playoffs a little bit last week. We got 2 weeks left of regular season. All games are going to be interdivision. Looking at who is definitely eliminated at this point, Matt. Matt has joined Michael as for sure eliminated. However, Matt's points for not likely in the wild card. Not going to say no, but not a good chance. Michael is the lowest scoring team in the league, so nope, no chance. As far as officially in the playoffs, I was officially in last week. Uh, Dylan kind of said that his season was over, but he could technically tie Allen if Allen was to lose both games and Dylan win both. Uh, Obviously, those odds are low, but not impossible. But points for wise, Allen would beat Dylan as well, unless Dylan scores a whole lot, over 200 more than Allen in the last one. So Allen's pretty safely in along with me. Uh, Wild card fight, though, as Matt mentioned last week, OP is got it pretty locked up, as he is the third highest scoring team in the league. If he was to not get in as the top seed and the lowest, Mac's got a one-game lead right now, but Mac, OP, and Austin are in a battle for that one spot. Only one game separates them. In the middle high division, Luke beat Rusty to stay alive in his playoff hopes. Barrett has secured his spot in the playoffs as well, joining me and Delwyn. Although Delwyn technically, I'd have to look at the matchups, but I'm pretty sure Delwyn's for sure in. And then Derek and Ryan are battling it out for that second spot. Jeffrey, 2 games behind. I guess technically, again, still alive. I'd have to look at all the matchups to see if that would actually be plausible. But points for wise, again, Jeffrey isn't fully out of that if he was to somehow get up there and tie both Ryan and Derek. They both have more points than him, but not by a ton. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. We'll do a lot more in depth in the last week when there's one week to go and the matchups are set. But Barrett joins Delwyn and I in the guaranteed in with our setup, even though ESPN doesn't actually say that officially. Barrett is for sure in based off of the way we do it. The lowest has got a great battle going on. Kudos to them. Also, great points for scoring teams with OP and Mac in there and battling out for that last spot. Austin will not get in as the wild card. He's going to have to win out and hope that that somehow Mac loses both. Again, not impossible. Mac right now, enjoy that UT game. I started doing this because that game's ugly. Y'all are trouncing us. Last I saw, I think y'all were up 25. It was y'all already had over 40 points, and there was a lot of time left still in the first half. So I didn't need to see any more of that. Y'all win. Congrats. All right, so let's get to the matchups. Dylan versus myself. Dylan in a must win to have any chance at the playoffs. He is projected right now to keep it within 2 points. Should be a good game. The Lions do get the Saints at the Saints. Road games are normally not good news for the Lions in general. Uh, Saints defense is good, I guess. They're in a terrible division, but a decent defense. However, like I think their entire wide receiver room is hurt. So whether or not that plays into the Lions' offensive advantage favor or not, we'll see. For myself, I got a lot of buys. 3 of my 4 players are on buy this week. So not a whole lot of start options to replace. If Olave goes out, I do have Sutton that I can replace with that I should be able to make a full lineup. But no decisions for me this week. It's kind of nice. Don't have to think about it. Um, in general, I like the matchups my players have. It's always fun to see Dylan's team with this, only looking at against the Saints. I do think his team will get close to 100 points again. However, I think the Saints will keep that game low scoring enough that Dylan will stay somewhere around the lower 90 mark. I'll give myself the win, but Dylan with the cool team. Luke versus William, another must win here for Luke. If Luke wins this one, he ties William up. And then it all comes down to that final week. If Luke loses this week, it's over. So this week really determines if next week matters or not for that upper middle division. William is projected to win by 8. Bye weeks. William only loses his kicker. Luke loses his tight end and running back. Bad timing for that. Will A-Chain finally play again for him after the trade? Will he get to use him this week? Could come through clutch in a must-have win week. Singletary lost touches last week with Pierce back, but still, oh wow, William has Pierce. That's really fun. Both playing the Houston running backs against each other. May the best man win. That's been Singletary recently, but they favor Pierce with touches. William with Garrett Wilson. Oh, that's tough. That's a great, talented fellow. Aaron Rodgers did go back to practice today. That probably won't help you out in fantasy at all for our entire season, but it has been painful to see someone with that much talent have someone that cannot get him the ball at all. CeeDee Lamb has been on fire for William. That's going to be, can they keep him under 12 fantasy points? Oof. Seattle's not got the best defense in the world. Facing against Lockett, so this is a great matchup, you two, playing games that either on the same team or players that are playing each other in real life. Jerry Jeudy for Luke, another player who just has not lived up to the hope and the hype. Only has Curtis Samuel really to replace with on the bench. I guess you could do Kareem Hunt, but I like overall. Surely Garrett Wilson does better this week. Surely they find a way to get him the ball. The week of practice with Tim, what's his last name? Boyle? Something like that. I'll take William to get the win, solidify his spot in the playoffs, and end the season for Luke. Mac versus Austin. Another Austin has to have this one for any chance to get in the playoffs. If he loses this week, it's over for him. Projected only plays 7 right now. He's got 3 people on bye, a kicker, running back, and receiver that's currently on his bench. He does not have a running back to replace either. Tough, and there's not much out there either. So big loss for Austin in a must-have week. Don't know what's even out there for him to be able to find to replace that running back in the starting lineup. Mac's got to make decisions, got a great team. Stroud is looking amazing, especially as a rookie. Forget the S test or whatever that is that said that he was horrible and had no brains. The man is killing it on the field. I'll take Mac to win this one, finalize his spot in the playoff, and kick Austin out of it. Well, I guess OP could technically have a chance, but still Mac would have a 1-game lead. I don't remember who he plays next week. Delwin versus Derek. Derek in a tight little competition. Delwin's safe, doesn't need this game. Derek needs it to feel a little comfortable next week, build a little breathing room. Delwin projected to win by 8. Derek loses his defense, one of his QBs, and running back to buy Mr. Chandler, the great waiver wire acquisition that he outbid everyone for. He does. Now, Kenneth Walker is doubtful. And the other 2 are on bye. So, really, the only person on his bench is a receiver. So, he doesn't have a running back to replace him with either because Kenneth Walker likely is not going tomorrow. So, again, ouch. Bad time not to be able to make a full roster. Don't know what's even out there on the waiver for a running back to even pick up to hope to get snaps at all. Delwin does lose Diggs to buy. It's a pretty big loss, but that's the only loss he has. Got a couple questionable people, but he's got people to replace into that just due to the nature of a bad bye week. Man, what a time to have a bye week right here before the playoffs. Delwin gets the win, makes next week really interesting for the highest division. Speaking of that, the last matchup in that one, Ryan versus Jeffrey. These 2 are happy to be playing each other this week and not the other 2. Both dealing with some buys. Jeffrey has a running back, tight end, and receiver. All Ravens. Didn't realize he had that many Ravens. Wow. All on bye. And Ryan has 6 people on bye. Ooh. So Jeffrey has the ability to do some moving of pieces to make an almost, I know he actually already has it. Jeffrey can make a full lineup, although losing Jonathan Taylor for the next 2 or 3 weeks as well likely makes that where he cannot field a full lineup currently. He does have 2 defenses, so Jeffrey will probably be able to get to a full lineup. Ryan, on the other hand, needs this win or needs Derek to lose to make next week the all-in matchup that matters, which is a problem because Ryan really needs this win. But to get this win, he is going to have to make some tough decisions on who he gets rid of off his roster to make a full lineup. I think he'll do it. I think he'll make a full lineup. I think it won't matter. I'll take Jeffrey to get the win. Jeffrey's really more trying to score points, trying to get that wild card spot. It's really his only chance at this. So he'll go all out for that. Ryan, that's That's tough. It's a tough spot to be in. Barrett versus Rusty. Barrett's already safe, doesn't need this one. Still projected to whoop Rusty by a balmy 16 points. Both are full strength. Both only lose a receiver to buy. Addison and Myers, both very good receivers for their teams. Barrett, you're welcome for Zach Moss. Enjoy that for this stretch to the playoffs. Hopefully, it doesn't matter when we're in playoff time, or man, you really killed me with that trade, and you thought I won it after 1 week. Zach Moss will be the stud running back for the Colts with Jonathan Taylor out. Rusty, AJ Brown, again, having double Browns was good early in the season, but now they might be starting Flacco at quarterback if DTR can't go. I believe that they're the team that signed Flacco, and he is going to be an active quarterback starting, which might actually be better for Amari Cooper than the rookie. I don't know. We'll see. They hadn't been in play action for a while, but that's tough. I think that alone, Dak Prescott for Barrett has been incredible here in the last few weeks as well. I think we'll keep that rolling. This game, Rusty is already out. He's already looking forward to just trying not to get last place in the playoffs. He's not really worried about these next few weeks. He's trying to get ready to not be the sacco. Same thing with Matt. Speaking of the next matchup, OP versus Matt. Matt is also just trying not to be the sacco here, but OP is projected to beat him by 13 points, really closer to 12. And again, looking at Matt's team, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, like not a bad roster. You would have thought this team would have done better. He only lost his defense to buy this week, whereas OP loses his tight end and a receiver to buy, but he's got the replacements to fill it. OP's got a good team, y'all. OP, you're gonna make some noise in the playoff, and I love it. 6-6 only. That lowest division really been beating up on each other. Still projected to score over 100 points. Gonna be a good team. Gonna be fun in the playoffs to see who you upset. Got the Robinson boys at the running back. Bijan appears to finally be getting unleashed and used. Don't know why it took that long. Arthur Smith, Falcons fans do not like you. About time you finally used the rookie that you took in like a top 5 pick. Finally actually put him on the field and gave him the ball while doing so. But Russell Wilson also on the bench for OP. Got some good options there at quarterback. I'll take OP to get the win. And then last matchup, Allen versus Michael. Again, Allen just needs one final win to secure his spot. He could even overtake me technically. Right now, Delwyn is the #1 seed in fantasy with me and Barrett only 1 game behind. Allen could be chasing down for that. Get a win this week. If I lose, I think we'll be tied with our win-loss as well, and I'll be right there for that top seed. Michael, just you should finally get Justin Jefferson back, except it's his bye week, so you'll get him next week for that last week. Losing Lamar to bye, also running back and receiver. Whereas Allen has Josh Allen on bye. Wish that would happen last week. That'd have been nice after Allen absolutely smoked me with him. But he's already got another quarterback in play. Allen might double up Michael in total points this week. Been a brutal season for Michael. That #1 pick, man, when they go down, like Le'Veon Bell and other players, they got hurt. Christian McCaffrey for Bear a few years ago. It's been a pretty bad curse for this league, that 1-1 slot, and Michael is following right in those footsteps. Gentlemen, it's good to see some of y'all over Thanksgiving. Hope you all have a great week. Got 2 weeks left, and then we'll talk about playoffs and the wild card and next season and what the divisions look like. Hope you all have a great week.